everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, and I am home. And this is my first day back in the studio, and I'm a little slow to start this morning. Bob slept in, so I didn't get into the bedroom to get dressed or anything else, so I just kind of lazed around the house and it's showing. So, we are working on day 17 of the 31 days of Halloween, and this one has a lot of components to it. So I've kind of pre-cut everything, and hopefully we can get it glued up and into a video in a length that won't take forever to upload. So let me show you what I have. Very Christmassy pastels, and so this is what I pulled out, was pastel-y and bright colors. So I worked with a couple of different past 6x6 paper pads from Stampin Up. And I started out with color theory, and I like this lightning across the sky kind of look to this one. So I went with this yellow, and we're going to glue it into place. And you can see on the back side it's almost like a paper chip, paint chip kind of thing. Well, I forgot this was a brand new bottle and squeezed a little too hard, so we'll try not to get too much ooze going on here. So we'll get this backing glued down. I had a great time at the conference. Got to see a lot of friends that I only get to see at the conference every year. Got to meet some new friends, which was always a good part of a conference. Learned a lot, and I really need to get my website up and running for my author site. So that's going to be on the list here for that I'm going to work on during December after things slow down a little bit. Okay, so we have our background, and I'm going to lay this one up here so we can kind of look at this together. Now I have this. Now I've not duplicated this completely, okay? But I've got this background paper, and I came up with this purple, and this was from Gingham. This was from our Gingham collection, and it kind of hangs off, and it's very thin over here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down. And try to stay away from that top edge a little bit. Now, I cut this out, and then I rounded the edges, and then I dusted it with the black soot. So then we're going to come up here just like this. And then I have a piece of this, and this is from Glimmer in Color. And I think this is Lucky Limeade, if I'm not mistaken. Now, before I glue that down, we have some partial circles here. Now, there are 6 of them, but I didn't really have room down here on this bottom. And you know what I forgot? While I can still do it, let's pull this off. This needs to go under. This is a strip of that lace from off the center of that burlap. And I'm going to pull this back up. If I can get this. I got to pull it over here to me where I can see what I'm doing. And see if I can pull this up a little bit. Okay. So I can kind of roll that back. And roll that. I'm trying to let you see, and I'm trying to do, and I'm going to lay that right under there, and I'm going to come back in with my fabric glue. Get that glued down. Okay. And what I want to do is go across here like this, all the way across with that fabric glue, or that craft glue, just like that. And then I can lay this lace in here. Okay. Just like that. And I may need to come back. I need to come back with glue underneath here so that it will attach. Okay. And then I can come back with my ribbon scissors and I can trim that off. Just like that. Okay, now that we have that fixed, it's going to take me a little bit to get back in the swing of things after doing a bunch of these. Now this one has the dots underneath the next piece, and they're green. But I did them. I wasn't sure I wanted the green, but then again, I kind of like the green. But I alternated them to where we had the green and the spiders and the green again. So they'd go under there just like that. And I only did the 3 down the side. But before I lay that in place, I'm going to dust them really quick with the black soot. I noticed when I did that purple a while ago, I really needed to re-ink this. So I'm going to re-ink this one around. And then I'm going to put them into place with a glue dot to hold them down and hold them in place while I get the top layers going, okay? So that's going to do those. And now we're going to come back in with glue dots. And these are not going to hold them permanently. They're just to hold them into place while I'm positioning everything. And then we'll come back and we'll glue them down. Because when I glue that green piece on, it's going to pretty much hold them down anyway. Whoops, let's turn this guy over. He goes, nope, I want the green. Yep, that's right. I was right. Okay. So now I can come down and I want to reposition these. And our spiders are going to go in the center of this whole thing. And remember, I have to stay within the confines of that 4-inch square. Nothing can hang over the top of the over the edge of the MemoryDex. Just like that. And I think I want to turn these actually to where the spiders, let's do that. And then we can come back in with this one and we can put him over top. And we can use the Tombow for this one. And I probably should have dusted this one first. Let's see if I can creatively add the black to that without getting too much glue everywhere. You know, because it's glue and I'm going to wear it. That's just life for me. There, now let that stand out a little bit more. Okay. Just like that. Now, I have this, and I cut this out of the glimmer paper in a bright pink. I think, I can't tell you for sure what it's supposed to be. But, we have that. And then I stamped Best Witches in magenta. And I'm going to dust this. I was more about bringing in the pastel-y colors for Halloween than I was about getting the pattern the way it needed to be. So I'm going to glue this one down. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to glue this one down, and I'll show you why here in a minute. Okay. Let's put this one in the center of here. I probably should have used my Glimmer Cosmic Shimmer, but I didn't. But the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to put this up on dimensionals. See, I've got glue. I have glue on my fingers. It's my life. Okay, let's use my sticky scissors here and cut this down. I will cut that down. Give me my fingers. And then I know I'm out of frame here. Let's see if we can get up here a little bit. And then I'm going to come in with a couple of strips of the foam. And see, I'm using the leftovers from where I pulled out the dimensional dots. Now I'm coming back and I'm using the pieces. Using the frame on there. And I am going to put a couple in the center so we don't have springboard. Okay, just like that. And then we can peel these off. I've not looked to see what we're doing tomorrow. I am going to try and do it, get it put together after I record this one. Bob and I want to do some things this week while he's home. He's got one more week left. Okay, so now we're going to come in and we're going to position that right there. And we don't see a lot of that green underneath, but that's okay. Because what I've done is I have taken washi tape and I have covered 2 of these with the purple and green glitter tape, and that's what started this whole thing. Now, I don't have a pink, so I just left this one black and it will go in the center. And so I'm going to try to stick that one way down there. And this one. And this one. Now the only thing that's going to cause me a problem is I've got to be able to put my number up there. So before I do anything else, I'm going to glue my number in place. Okay. Because that will help me in positioning what I have left to do. Just like that. Okay. Now, you can see we have ribbon tabs over here, and they were actually over this green would have been longer and should have been over here. I didn't worry about that, but I do have my ribbon ties. I have this green that has a tree on it, and I'm going to trim that edge off a little bit, and it's going to go right under here. And actually, I think I'm going to fold that to where the tree, the whole tree actually shows. I just have this held in place with a glue dot, but I want to be able to show that whole tree. Just like that. So that one will go under there. Get some glue on here. And I'm using my craft glue. Let's see, I have pink and a purple. Let's put this green tree. Now he is going to stick out past, but that's okay because I'm going to cut my box just a little bit wider. And some of you have asked about my box, and what I'm doing is I'm waiting till I get them almost all done, and then I'm going to make the box that I sent you the link to. If you remember, I sent you a link to that video. I don't like that. I'm going to cut this one a little wide, a little shorter. I'm going to make the box for these. That one, the crisscross pocket that we did, is a little too wide. The MemoryDex card itself is fine, but then when we made the crisscross card, it had to be a little bit wider, and so it doesn't fit in the traditional MemoryDex box. So I'm going to have to make one. Okay, and I'm going to stick that with some of that craft glue on there. And we're going to come up underneath the edge with that one. And then I have this pink polka dot, and I think it's going to be too long. So I'm going to come back in with another glue dot to hold that together. Just like that. And you know, looking at this, I probably should have done the purple on the bottom, and you'll see why in a minute. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just leave it the way it is. And we're going to stick that pink dotted ribbon under there. Okay, so now we have our ribbon pieces. And yeah, this one's a little wide, but I want that tree to show. That's my goal. I want that tree to show. Now, we have Christmas lights across here, and I made buttons. I did one in the green and one in the purple. And really, I think it's going to be too much. I had punched out pink, green, and purple, pink, green, and purple spiders to run across there. But here, wait a minute. This is what I'm doing wrong. This is what I'm doing wrong. These go up here. These go up here. Like that. So, there is potential. So, I did these. And I'm going to run these through. Let's see. Yeah, let's go this way. This would be easier if I could see. Okay, so we're going to run that through there. And then we're going to run it through here. Glad this is going to be my keeper because it's going to have my germs all over it. It would help if I wasn't shaking. Or if I'd run it through a needle. There we go. Now I'm going to secure that back there with just a little piece of tape. And I mean a little piece of tape. Just so it holds that tail down. Okay, just like that. Now I did this by using my 7/8 inch scallop punch. But first, I took whatever paper I wanted to use and I used this double hole punch from the Paper Studio. Then I went back over so I could center my holes over that. I'm going to take and put a glue dot on there. And we're going to secure this one up here, just like that. And then we're going to do the same thing with this green one. And I'm going to have to bring it over here to me. I'll bring it back to you in just a minute, but I got to bring it over here where I can see. But I'm using the green dot. And notice I didn't put the green dot on this side because I didn't want to double up those dots. So this one's got to come up an inside hole. I don't know what Honeybee's barking about, but he's not happy out there. He's probably, the deer could be in the garden. That is done for the most part. We've been down, it was 38 degrees this morning when I got up at 6. So we're getting there. But our days are warming up pretty good. I bought a sweater to wear to conference last weekend. And I liked it because it had nice big pockets on either side. I picked it up at Walmart. And it was perfect because I could put my phone in one pocket. I could drop my keys in the other pocket because there was no room in my teeny tiny over-the-shoulder purse that I was using. And it got quite warm yesterday. Now, that I have that through there, before I position that, I need to make sure that I give myself enough to hang those spiders from. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and clip this off. And this is going to give us our Day 17 card. I really appreciate all of you guys being so patient while I was gone. I don't know what happened the one night that it took forever to upload, but as soon as I switched it over to Mozilla, it loaded up right away. Took almost no time at all. Why Google was being persnickety, I have no clue. Okay. So now we have those. I'll get that little dot off of there. Okay, and now we have these 3 little spiders. And I'm going to put the green one, I think I'm going to put the green one in the center. So I'm going to flip them over. And I'm going to put glue dots on there. And I'm going to, and I probably should have done extra of these actually. The bigger glue dots. I do have some that are a little bit bigger. But I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put the center one in first. So we know where he's going. And then I'll come back and do the 2 end ones. And that kind of helps center everything. And that purple looks really nice up there against that green. So instead of Christmas bulbs, we have our spiders. And I'm trying to get a hold of that string. So I can hang like that. And there is our, oh, wait a minute, got one more thing. One more thing. We have a purple bat. Because we've got this snowflake down the corner. I didn't do anything big over here, the wrapped candy, but we do have the bat. And I want a small glue dot under there, or pop dimensional under there. So I'm going to use one of my tiny black ones because it's handy. And there is our day 17, 31 days of Halloween, October daily, MemoryDex style. Took a little longer than I wanted, but it's done. I will see you tomorrow afternoon with day 18. In the meantime, remember to like, to share, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't see how this month ends up. Creative blessings.